So I've made up my mind. I'm going to shoot my content randomly wherever I get inspiration. If I get my inspiration in the car, I'll park my car and I'll shoot the content and I'll post it out there. You know, there's so many content I wish I showed that I didn't shoot because I was looking for the perfect time, perfect opportunity, perfect environment, ambience to shoot, and I end up not shooting them because there is never a perfect time to shoot. So collect my content anytime you see them. All right. So I'm just coming back from fellowship and I thought to share with you one or two things I learned from my pastor today. You know, this month of October we are treating living in God's plans and purpose for our life, and I thought to share with you. You know, the worst thing that can happen to any human being on planet Earth is to live outside of God's plans and purpose for your life. Trust me, it's going to be a life full of crisis, very chaotic. Just imagine being married to the wrong partner, you're doing the wrong job, the wrong business. It's going to be a life full of crisis. You know, to make matter worse, we live in an era that seems so easy for people to actually live outside of God's plans and purpose for their life. You know, we come to social media and we see people live their life and we want and desire that kind of lifestyle. And have you started to ask yourself if this life that I'm so in love with, that I so desire, if it is in alignment with what God has in plans for me? You know, it's a very serious situation because this era that we live, I think our parents didn't have to struggle so much with this kind of pressure that we are experiencing in this time and season. You come to social media, you see people running some kind of business and it seems to you that this person is doing well in this business. So you tell yourself stuff like, if this person is doing it, I can actually do it. I'm stronger, I feel strong, I feel I can do it. If they are doing it, I can do it. You do things just because of people who are doing it. You're doing a business just because every other person is doing it. You know, the crowd mentality. You joined communities that is not in alignment with your energy, with what God wants for you. Have you sat down to ask yourself if this is what God wants for me? This can be a very difficult thing to do if you're not in a sound relationship with God, because trust me, God actually speaks to people. God confirms things to people, you know, in different ways. It can be through dreams, it can be through trance, through people, but trust me, you will feel that spirit of discernment. You have this discerning spirit to feel that this is what God wants for you. So don't see me, I'm not your pastor, but just see this as a wake-up call, a reminder to always remind you that you don't do things just because every other person is doing it. You don't enter a relationship just because you feel like you want to be in that relationship. Have you asked yourself if this is what God wants for me? If that is not what God wants for me, trust me, you're going to suffer. You're going to toil and toil and toil with nothing. Alright, so always place yourself in a relationship with God so that each time you want to do something, you run to Him for confirmation. Trust me, if you can put your life in that pattern where God will confirm things for you, you're going to do things with ease. You know, when others are struggling, you're going to do things with so much ease. Alright, remember, I'm your favorite intentional lifestyle leader that will be here always to remind you to do life intentionally that will never strike my plans. Alright, bye.